Welcome back, class. Starting with this video, we will do the review a little differently. So instead of trying to go through the class again, I will pick out important topics that we talked about in class and give a brief summary of it. This week, we will talk about present progressive and simple present. These are the first two grammar points we went over. So today we'll focus on the differences, okay? So let's start with simple present. So first, let's talk about simple present. That's what we talked about in our first week of class. For simple present, we often use it to talk about routines or facts. So like schedules and something that happens regularly. So you can see the arrows here. So if this is now in the middle, it can happen all over the place. Let's say if I visit my parents once a month, then it can be a habit, right? Something that happens regularly. It can also be something that's true. So here, the second arrow here represents something is always true, or at least something we understand to be true all the time. For example, I like tea, or my name is Yuhan, right? Or I like the color blue. So for facts and routines, we use simple present. So let's look at a couple examples. So if we say he cooks, so that means this person cooks. He might not be cooking right now, but he knows how to do it, right? And he does it. We don't know how often, but he does it. We can say, if we say he is a cook, that means that's his job. That doesn't mean he's cooking right now. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't, but that's who he is. He is a cook. Right? It doesn't say about what he is doing right now at the moment, but this is who he is. So we use simple present for these situations. Next, he is not a cook, but he cooks at home. He doesn't cook. He is not a cook. Or we can add in a little more, right? He doesn't cook every day. Maybe he cooks once a month, right? Once a week, every other day, right? But not every day. Hopefully this diagram makes a little more sense now. Right? So it can be happening all the time. Right? He's a cook. Right? He's always a cook, right? At least since he started. But for an action we do maybe every day, we do it once a day, and then we do other stuff. We still, for those things, we still use simple present. Now let's look at present progressive. So we often use present progressive for now. But we also use it for things more than that. So when we say progressive, that means it's continuous. There is a duration. So you can see the arrow here, the yellow part. So it start some time ago. Maybe it start just a second ago, but it's still going on. The action continues. So sometimes we also call it present continuous. And now can be longer than you think. So sometimes now, the present can be this second, this minute, this hour, today, tonight, this week, this month, this year, this decade, this century, this millennium. You know what I'm talking about. So sometimes we also use present progressive for the longer present. And when we see something as happening right now, continuing, we often use present progressive. So sometimes you might see people use present progressive and you think, wait, that's future. That's in the future. But don't be too surprised, okay? And you will see, let's see some examples. He is cooking. He is cooking today. So the first sentence, he is cooking. When I hear that, I will think, oh, he's cooking right now. Without any context, without any other conversation. But if I say he is cooking today, that might not be happening yet, but I know that's gonna happen. But that's still within the now, the bigger scope of now. He's not cooking now. He is not cooking this week. When we're using negative, we have a lot more freedom. So it doesn't always happen to be at this moment. But if we look the duration of this whole week, the sentence still works. All right, so let's review really quickly. So present progressive versus simple present. He cooks every Wednesday. He is a cook. He's cooking tonight. Then we'll know tonight is probably Wednesday night. Anyway, he doesn't cook often. He is not a cook. And he is not cooking now. Okay, so that doesn't mean he doesn't cook at all. It's just that he doesn't cook very often. We often use frequency words for simple present as well. Frequency words help us to understand how frequent something happens, how often something happens. So we have always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, and never. So always, of course, is 100%, and never is 0. So let's take a look at how we use them in sentences. The chef always tastes the food before serving it. So this always happens 100% of the time. Maria is never late to work. She's always on time. So opposite of never, always. Henry sometimes forgets to turn off the lights. Henry usually remembers, but sometimes he forgets. Alright, let's do some practice. You can try fill in the blanks, right, with the right word and the right form. It might be present progressive or it might be simple present. Okay, I'll give you a few seconds. You can pause the video and practice. And I will show you the answer. Okay, so Jose is a prep cook. He washes and chops vegetables every day. He prepares all the ingredients for the chef. Right now, he is cutting the fruits for the salad bar. Alright, first two sentences are in simple present. Jose is a prep cook. That's who he is. That's his job. And he washes and chops vegetables every day. So this is his work every day. So if we see the clue here, it should be pretty clear. Every day usually goes with simple present, routine. He prepares all the ingredients for the chef. So that's his job description. That's what he does for his job. Right now, he is cutting the fruits for the salad bar. So right now, that would be a very obvious clue. So present progressive. So I hope that clarifies a little bit about what's the difference between present progressive and simple present. I will see you next time. Bye.